To be or not to be is basically is a very common question, basically in a general answer to really can it be or can it not be, or can it really be or can it not be? I kind of want to personally want to say here is basically when it basically regards of this episode three of let me check this anime, uh, with you our love make it through. I kind of want to say here is basis that I definitely do think this is a very good reputation where basically, like I said at the beginning of this video, where to be or not to be. And to be honest with you, it really determines whatever that you really want to take that next step forward in life, how you're going to proceed, how you're going to basically general to go into the direction of your future and what you really want to do and stuff like that. And kind of what I want to personally want to say here is because that it really determines in that if you're willing to take that risk or you're willing not to take that risk, or you just want to go all in. So those are three different options basically on the table. It's like go all in, don't take the risk, or just take the risk. That really basically matters if you really want to just want to do that. The first thing I want to talk about is basically the premise of this episode, basically episode three. We'll make our love go through, or whatever you want to call it. With you, we'll make our love go through. I kind of want to say here is that I really am liking the way the premises based of this episode were basically some of the students based in the school is starting to become more acquainted with the MC based in this anime. I'm not talking about the female protagonist, but I'm talking about the MC based in this anime, Beta whatever you want to pronounce his name, whatever you want to pronounce his name. But anyways, he seems to be, I guess you probably would say the main protagonist, and then you also have Aski, which basically that she's the main female basic protagonist. But the point I'm trying to say here is basically is that one thing I want people to really understand here is that when people are getting more used to noticing someone who's different. Sometimes people are afraid what's different. People are basically afraid that take out the aspects. I said many different times in my videos. One of my favorite quotes in a movie, Cool Runnings, basically Jamaica Bob. So you're talking about that. I just want to give out my thoughts and prayers for the people who are in Jamaica. Awful situation. I want to get that out of the way, so I just wanted to say it per se. But anyways, if you guys ever see the movie Cool Runnings, you should go watch it. But anyways, one of my favorite quotes based in the movies were Junior asked, your brother, and basically he says like, well, how come nobody doesn't even like us, basically even here or anything? And your brother says, we're different. People are always afraid what's different, and it's a true statement. It's one of my all time favorite quotes and stuff. It kind of relates to me. It kind of relates to you. It kind of relates to basically anyone that you basically see when it basically comes into an anime. Basically is that because if you go back through history, go back through time, think about the movie of Remember the Titans, where they put whites and blacks together to play together, and they have to learn to cooperate together, to learn to understand their weaknesses and their strengths between each other. Think about the aspects of the one of the greatest freedom of speech in history of Martin Luther King Jr. What he did, bringing whites and black people together. A lot of people really did not accept that because they think that whites should not be together with blacks. Some people think that blacks should not be together with whites. That's just how really things really actually is and stuff like that. If you go basically into Mexico, now I don't want to bring it to politics or anything like that. If you go into Mexico, think about this. Gringo music. Gringo music means that it's American music. Means they don't like American music. Now I don't know 100% sure if they really do like American music or maybe they don't. Because you think about the movie of basically Selena. Selena she made a lot of good headways based on what she actually did. She really actually did. She accomplished so much because what she really did. It was just a global storm basically around her and just basically what happened to her. I think one thing I want to personally want to say here is that if you go through the history of these changes of the events, bringing together between between man of different race, like Asian, Mexican, or Muslim, or whites, or blacks, or Indian, or whatever you want to say, basically in general. I definitely do see that basically in more of a accepting basic kind of way based on this anime because it really actually is. Some people would probably will say basically in general, probably will say so basically in general, it shouldn't be allowed because to base for that. A lot of people will say like, well, you shouldn't date a black man, but oh no, you shouldn't date a white man or black girl or anything like that. It doesn't really basically matter. It basically matters based on the fact. It's based on the fact is that if you are truly in love with somebody, then you have to. Is that person willing to accept that love, or basically really it's not? I don't judge a book by its character. I really definitely don't. I said this many different times past in my past reviews. I don't want to bring up names or anything like that based on YouTube, but I've seen some people would just do this just for publicity stunts, just to get clicks and just to try to piss off, just to try to piss off other different fandoms and stuff like that, and basically stuff like that, because they want to judge a book by its cover. That's what they really want to do, because they don't go to the old philosophy saying like you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if it's a big book, small book, or a person, or whoever it is, or basically a tree or a flower, or the sky, or whatever God really does, or anything like that. Or anything like that. I kind of want to say here, basically in my own view, based on my own opinion, I see basically the Beast Mode person basically in this anime, the main protagonist, that I see him basically as a book. I don't see him basically not just basically just as like an open. I guess you probably would say like as an open book. Let's just say that he's just basically a book. He's different. He's more complex than basically the other different books basically in the library. So if somebody wants to look at those books and say like, I think I want to pick this one, but I don't want to pick that one because this one's more different than basically that one because this one's more attracted than what I'm seeing right now. Some people will basically will say that and basically will say that and basically stuff like that. I want to be fair. I want to be more basically into a realm where I feel where I want to accept somebody who they really are and to love them who they really are. If people want to make fun of me, that's fine by me. I don't. It doesn't really matter to me or anything like that. I used to let that bother me. I used to. I used to let that bother me because you know what? A lot of people used to make fun of me back then when I was a Christian. They used to make fun of me, say like, um, free us, or something like that. They used to make fun of me basically about that. They used to because I was a Christian. To be honest, I still question it. I still do. I'm in the middle where I believe in God, where I don't believe, but I still question it. I still do, but that's just how I feel and stuff like that. To me, I think I am different. I think I am. I That's just my opinion. That's what I view as based for myself. I think a lot of people don't see the way things. I really basically see the view based of the world and stuff like that. When it comes to basically supporting different norms and stuff like that, like for me, I support people that who are gay, who are trans, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because they're the same as me and you. We should be loved and we should be accepted. We should not be hating them. I kind of look at basically at basically at for him, the MC basically in his anime, because the reason why I look at basically him because he's different, because he's different. But to be honest with you, not only because he's different, he's not the same as me and you or every other one of us. But we are all blessed in the eyes of the equals of the equals of of uh, of God. Basically, what person will definitely say. We're all equal. We really are. There's no uh, not not say like he's equal to any of us. It was destined for man and for dog to basically be together, to have a friendship between each other. It's been going through history, through history, through history, through history, through history, through history. It really has, yes. If I were to basically walk up to somebody, if I were to basically walk up to a peaceful person, and I person will say, I person will definitely will say, I say like, I think you really are really cute. I think you're really fluffy. I think you really basically really are. I don't think there's nothing really wrong to like furries. Basically, I don't think there's nothing really wrong with it. But some people would definitely do think that it just doesn't feel like it's not really basic for them, and I definitely do respect that. But when they go out of the norm into the situation to be disrespectful, that's where I feel like yeah, you're stepping out of that boundary of that line, and you're not being respectful. That's basically what it feels to me. I kind of want to say here is based that when I look at this anime, it's not because I look at myself, but I look at from different things that I can learn from this anime. People can learn basically from this. I definitely do agree with some of the people that said basically in this anime. I mean, the in the anime that there's nothing wrong with going out with a peaceful person. That's kind of like saying there's nothing wrong. Let's say for me, there's nothing wrong with me going out with a black lady. If I want to, that's what I want to do. Am I attracted to them? Yes, I'm attracted to them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm attracted to almost any woman basically out there. I'm not gonna judge by her appearance or anything like that. I only go by what she believes and stuff like that. That's what I go by. I don't go by based on my beliefs or anything like that. I go by what she feels about me and what I feel about her. But if she doesn't really feel anything from me, then I need to shy myself away from the situation and say like, yeah, maybe that she's not really the right one for me, and maybe I'm just not really basically there for her right now. Maybe I'm just really it's just not. So if you really think about it, I don't think there's nothing really wrong with dating somebody who's basically peaceful person or basically black or white, whoever it is or whoever it is. I don't think there's nothing really wrong with it. I don't think there's nothing really wrong with it because that's just something that just it's not just trying for a change, but it's supporting a person who is different to see them that not only because what they believe in and what they think, but what they really are and who they represent based on themselves and based on stuff like that. I want to represent myself. I want to represent who I really am. I don't want to represent basically just normally just based for myself. I want to represent for base for others, base for others. I want to set a view counts for everyone, base for everyone, base out there. I don't want to be an asshole or anything like that. I don't want to be that kind of person. I know I even said I don't want to cuss and stuff like that, but I want people to really to understand here is that I definitely do love this anime. Seeing the different aspects based in this anime that you're gonna have people gonna make fun of you. You're gonna have people gonna put you down. You're gonna have people that gonna want to beat you up and say like, "Hey, I don't like you because the way you look and stuff like that." You're gonna have people are gonna do that. Have people gonna do that. Personally, based to me is that am I a fighting person? I'm not a fighting person. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in any of that. I mean, if I feel like I'm backed up into a corner where I feel like I don't have no choice, then I probably would do it. That's probably I would do. If I feel like I was basically in that corner, basically with that person, push me to the brink, then yes, then yes, then yes. I would personally would definitely would basically defend myself. Because if I didn't defend myself, guess what? I'd probably be in a hospital, probably in a body casket, I'm not exaggerating, but I'm just saying. So I definitely do think this anime does represents a lot of different aspects when it comes to history of real life and stuff like that. Excuse me. But I want to go back to what I said back in my past of different views. I don't want people to really think I support bestiality. I know that's the big elephant in the room. A lot of people will probably say this shouldn't happen because this is something that they definitely don't like. A lot of people would probably say basically like one person basically said in the comments or something like that based on the video, not my video, video I'm watching anime said like there are some people who are mentally ill based on watching this. Okay, okay, all right, that's fine. Maybe I am mentally ill watching this and based on anime because guess what? I'd rather be mentally ill based on watching this because I find this anime unique. I find it special. I find it really basis a very blessing for something like this to basically happen and for basically I say support. I support this because I definitely think this is a different genre that we've never seen before. That's what I definitely think. That's just my opinion. That's what I basically what I believe in and stuff like that. So I don't think there's not nothing really wrong basically watching it, but I would definitely will say this. Definitely say this. Don't let anyone try to stop you from watching this anime. Come on, watch this anime. If people think that you're mentally ill just based on watching this anime, a beast will fall in love with a human girl. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people will probably say it doesn't feel right, but personally based to me is that I don't think there's nothing really wrong with that situation. I don't think there's really is nothing really or anything like that. But I will go back to what I said. I don't want people to think that I support bestiality, which I really don't. But I definitely do like the aspects based of this anime because it's something different. I like to watch anime that is something different. That's what I definitely like. I don't want to be focused mainly just watching this fan service animes all of the time, but I want to see something more norm, more something different, more genuine, something I haven't seen before. That's what I definitely want. That's what I definitely want. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video. Tell me what you guys think. You guys agree with me, disagree with me? What you guys thoughts about the anime on the premises based of this? Do you guys like this anime or do you guys don't like it? What is your guys thoughts based on the episode 3 rule, which I am going to continue watching. So I want to support this earth, and I'm going to try to see if I can get the manga also watch it because I definitely really want to get that, and I really am very curious about where I guess it's going to go from here. So yeah, anyways, this is Unwanted Tips. I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys won for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like one. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs up. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. And please do a comment below. And so I love you guys. Take care. Hope you guys won for today. And I'll see you guys there. Take care.